The 360, one of my all-time favorite consoles. I've got very fond memories playing a copious amount of games, most to completion status. The amount of hours I have logged in playing games like Halo 3, Left 4 Dead 2, Borderlands, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and the slew of digital-only titles is mind-blowing. But today, we're going to be talking about a company that still has a strong arcade presence. This is Outrun Online Arcade. You know, I find it strange AM2 didn't port this themselves, much like they did with a ton of their other digital re-releases. The only reason I can see for them not handling this is the fact there is already a different port of this game called Outrun 2006 Coast to Coast. All these console ports of the original Outrun 2 were handled by Sumo Digital, who, in their own right, made it fairly faithful to the original. I guess my point is, just like AM2 handled their own console to digital ports, Sumo Digital already kind of had the code for the console port of this game, so it only made sense to have them do the digital port and hand it over to them. The racing isn't really your typical racing sim, with tight controls. Rather, it knows what it is and dives headfirst in the loose field matching the best arcade racers. The exhilarating feel of throwing the ass end of your car out in order to nail tight corners is satisfying. Even when you fail and just bang around corners, it's possible to complete a full outrun. If you do begin to crash a little too much or get into a full-on accident, your Ladyfriend passenger will get scared, which is displayed by a range of hand motions. She even starts to yell at you at some point and punches you in the face. What the hell?
What are you doing? Let's start!
The game starts up and we get to pick from one of 10 flashy, expensive-looking cars, and if you're gonna buck up and use manual transmission, or do like I do and just go with automatic and enjoy maximum racing pleasure. The next option is to select one of the happy-go-lucky songs to accompany you through the beautiful yet vibrant landscapes that surround you. That roaring engine sitting in the passenger seat punching you, and the sound from the cars really bring you into this state of zen as you slide your way through the 15 different checkpoints. I mean, there's a lot for your eyes to feast on if you can take the time. Each region has a unique look and overall theme. You can burn hours into this game and still not see everything laying beyond the course. I don't know why I care about that, but I do. Can we just get the Outrun world as like the next Breath of the Wild DLC, or maybe like a new map for Sonic Adventure 3 or something? Much like the original arcade game, you have branching paths, each with varying difficulties that come in the form of tighter turns appearing in greater succession. This multiple paths concept offers up a ton of replayability on its own. It's very simplistic, yet exceedingly fun. To boot, the game gives you a few other modes to select that differ from the pre-established formula that Outrun is known for. This didn't add too much to the game, but it was just enough to keep me coming back for more. Heart Attack mode is just that. Your Ladyfriend shouts commands at you as you try and get her blood pumping. And we all know you'll do anything to win her heart and not receive another punch in the face, right? I personally found this mode very pleasing. The addition of all the objectives on top of racing just tickles a happy part in my brain. The arcade sound effects help to add that extra layer of nostalgia to keep me nice and cozy with a grin on my face. The feeling of the vibration from the controller mimics the original machines, but it's nothing like actually gripping the old wheel and just kind of having it, violently shake on impact. The other two modes are identical in the fact you need to race through every region the game offers, foregoing the route selection we're akin to. This is a lot of fun, and if you want to really learn all the road's twists and tricks, it helps a lot. Not to mention, it offers a hearty 20 to 30 minutes of Outrun action. What more could you want? Could that really be so bad? The difference between the two is, one has traffic, and the other is just you against a randomly selected ghost with no other cars on the track. I'd love to talk about the online mode, but I don't pay for Xbox Live anymore. I'm sure it still works, if you can find somebody who owns the game, but I'll get to that whole mess in a second. Now, the game does lack some features and functions from its other iterations, but that's with probable cause. This release came at a time that Xbox had a set maximum size limit for its digital titles, giving the company only 350 megabytes to work with. The sad part, a few short months later they'd actually increased that size to 2 gigabytes. And to further salt the wound, Sega was forced to delist this game when their contract with Ferrari would expire. I don't know, I just loved the game growing up, and it's just something I wanted to talk about. As I said earlier, there are other versions of the game on the PS2 and the OG Xbox that do contain that other content that's missing, neither of which are in my collection, so I was kind of forced to talk about the Xbox Live version of this game. Sumo Digital is an active company, recently developing games like Little Big Planet 3, both the Sonic and Sega racing games which I highly suggest checking out, and their latest release being Snake Pass. It's always good to hear a company like this is still around. I suggest checking out some of the other games that they've made. I bet you there is something there you love you didn't know they developed. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed. If you'd like to help the channel grow, consider checking out my Patreon. Even $1 can help make it possible to increase my video output. I'll also be streaming Outrun over on my Twitch tomorrow night, May 16th. All the links in the description. So come hang out, ask me questions, and have fun in the chat. I'm Rewind Mike, and I'll catch you later.